What is up, guys? It is anime time. Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm gonna have a look at the SH Figuarts Pegasus Kouga. From the anime, was there also manga for it? Saint Seiya Omega, which ran from like 2012 to 2014. I've never seen Omega, and the history behind this figure is pretty simple. He's been floundering. I've seen this figure around on eBay, in stores, Amazon, so right out of the bat, if you're interested in this one, there's loads of places where you can still find one at like 20 bucks or a little bit more, somewhere around there. And he's been floundering, and I just kind of wanted to know why, because I thought the figure looks good, and I looked at my collection, and I told myself, you know what? I don't have a Saint Seiya figure, and I was never really a hardcore fan of the show, and I never seen Omega. My reasoning behind buying figures is pretty simple, and what I'm picking for my collection is also pretty simple. I'm looking at stuff that I like. I'm looking at shows that at some point I watched, or something that deserves its place in my figure collection. So I wanted this one, and I want to know why he's not selling well, and that's why I'm going to take him out and do a review. Let's go. Alright. I gotta admit, this dude is funky. I can already see why he's floundering, but you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think the overall look, first of all, I like it. I like the shininess. He's very, very slim, but that fits because if you've seen any Saint Seiya, or whatever, you know these guys are just like, they're not built like your average, I don't know, Dragon Ball character or wrestling type, very muscular. It's not these guys. It's at the point where I'm still thinking that the one in the pink armor is a girl. I mean, seriously. She does look like a girl, even though it's not a girl. Anyhow, moving on with this one. He stands at 14.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means he's a little shy of 6 inches. I would say 5.8. The overall look is nice. They have a lot of shiny, like a little bit of a metallic paint job. It's a nice pearl white, really shining off, except for the shoulders, which are just, you know, regular plastic. Those are soft plastic, so you can't really make them look a lot more shiny than the rest of it. Also with his crown going on and the face. I really love the eyes on this one. Very accurate. Really reminds me of the show back in the day. And, you know, we have one of those. I don't. That's, you know, we'll get to the problems. Once we have a look at the articulation. I like the gem in there. The paint job's good. And we go down to the boots, and that's really it. So overall look is good. However, the articulation. I really don't know what they did here. First of all, you have a hinge in the hair. That looks awful. That looks horrible. Don't ever do that. And it's just like, it gets the job done, but whatever. Then we have the head, which keeps disconnecting. I mean, the neck keeps disconnecting. It is on a single ball peg over here that doesn't move around, and I don't know if this is a common thing. It's a common problem. Well, it's just mine. The neck does rotate around a little bit, and as you can tell, you have a lot of room in the head. So it goes left and right, and goes back and forth, getting blocked by the whole collar thing over here. And the head doesn't really peg in at all. I mean, the neck. It's the neck that's the problem. So articulation-wise, it works. It just keeps disconnecting, which is obviously a problem. This is soft plastic, like I said, and they cut it up over here, so it moves out of the way. That's fine. That's all right. Now, the shoulder. First of all, this has a different color than this. Pretty damn obvious. And the other thing is, like, why is this gap over here? Why is there a huge gap over there? What? That does not look good. Well, it connects to the torso. We have the floaty piece over there, which is fine. Still has a little bit of too much of a gap. It's just this whole shoulder piece is ugly. It works though. We have a bicep swivel. We have a double hinged. Do we have a double hinged? No. We have a single hinged. We have a single ball peg in there. They cut single ball peg that just goes up like that. Have a fist. That's the classic ball joint with cut in it, so you can bring it up and down and rotate it around. The chest part is very weird. It's super loose, first of all. It gets some good wiggle motion, goes side to side. That's fine. It doesn't really go back and forward that much. It's just like the upper part over here. That gets some motion. But I don't really know what's going down there. That's just... It looks like there would be something going on there. But it doesn't. It's just like you get all the range out of this. Which is not bad. Chest's fine, torso is useless. This piece is entirely floated, it's not connected anywhere, so you can just move that around and don't hinder your articulation, that's fine. And we rotate down at the hips, these go around. And in the legs, it's the old school SH figure, it's just like in a very, very weird way. There's an actual hinge in there. So you pull that down, and you can see this big machinery in there. I mean, once again, articulation-wise, it is good. It's just the engineering. It's baffling me. It looks so ugly, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand now why this guy's not selling well. You have a thigh swivel. That's fine. That's cool. It actually looks very good, and it goes around a lot more than I'm used to. So good for that. You have double hinged knees, which, thanks to the gem, do look very good. Always when you have some kind of a knee pad, that is cool. And then down here, you have a big ball with a hinge. Once again, it's just baffling me at what the hell is going on over here. It does have super good range, and it doesn't even look bad. I've just never seen something like that. Like I don't know. I've been collecting Figuarts for a while now, and this is interesting. This is like new grounds. I feel like I'm digging up dinosaur bones or something. So it rotates up there because it's just in a pack. And then it rotates down over here because it's also just packed in there. Has good range, really goes around. It always goes around in an angle, so it's not a full-fledged ankle rocker. And of course you have your good old toe hinge. And that's that. Accessory-wise, we have first of all 2 extra faces. Once again, I really like those. I really like the detailed eyes, which were kind of excessive back in the day. It was like all of the very old anime, they always had like super crazy eyes, and they really did an amazing job with that one. And you have some extra hairpiece for it, if you want to pose them without the crown. Yeah, because the crown is packed into this one. I mean, not packed, it's fully connected. So if you don't want the crown there, you have that hairpiece. And we have a couple of hands. So you got like these 2 open hands. If you want to, I don't know, fire blast or something. Just for cool poses. But yeah, we got some more posing hands. And finally we got these 2. Excellent. Yeah, the hands look good, and you have a healthy variety, and of course the fist hands already on the figure. If you didn't see it before, there's your fist. Time for the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? Like I said at the beginning, I like the overall look. They did a fairly good job of that. But, I mean, there's some really, really bad decisions that they took. First of all, I don't know what's going on with the neck, why that keeps disconnecting. Let me know if that's a common thing if you have this figure. This is plain ugly. This is awful that this is not the right color and has this open gap over here. But overall, do I recommend this figure? No. Well, then again, like I said at the beginning, he goes at like 20 bucks. And if you want a decent looking figure for 20 bucks, I think this one's okay. If you bought this one full price when he came out, I am very, very, very sorry that I wasn't there to warn you about it, because if I would have bought this one for like 50 or 60 bucks, I would kick myself. That's gonna do it. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever. Pegasus Kouga once.